This one is called Lion of Judah, and it's written by 10,000 Fathers, David Walker and Heath Williams. This is a great song. Just now learning how to play it, just starting to work on it on our worship team. So I'm not really very polished at it. Hopefully I can get through it without making any blunders or brain farts. But I really like this song. I really like this band because they've only got one lead guitar player, just like our band only has one lead guitar player. So I don't have to do any extrapolation or try and put multiple parts together and make this, this song work. There's not a lot of, studio magic going on here. It's pretty straightforward. So really, I've just transcribed the song, and I'll just show you the various different parts. And it's not easy. There's some funky parts in it that are kind of cool. It's got leads and other stuff in it that aren't extremely difficult. The hardest part's going to be that intro riff. So, at any rate, I'll show you the chords, and then I'll show you the licks, and let you get to work on it. So, the guitar player here is playing a Strat, and he's using these two pickups together. So it's going to be, this pickup switch is going to be in the second position. It gives you that kind of that country, sound, that country, twang. That kind of thing. So you want to use that position if you have a Strat. So the way it starts out is it's going to do this funky lick. Sorry. Okay, so what he's doing there is he's with the picking hand is he's hitting across all the strings. So there's going to be quite a bit of muting technique that's got to go on here. But what you want to do is use your first two fingers and just lay them across the strings. You don't want to put pressure on them. You just want to touch the strings so that they're muted, so that there's no notes that ring whenever you drag your pick across them. And then use your ring finger to play the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So, and then when you hit it, you always want to bounce on it. So when you play the note, cut the note off real quick. Okay, so not this, but this. Okay, and so all you're doing is really with that 3rd finger is just bouncing on that string. You're pushing the string to make contact with the fret so it'll ring, and then just releasing enough pressure so that the string no longer makes contact with the fret, but you still have contact with the string, so it's still muted. So you're just bouncing with that 3rd finger all the time. Okay, so the way it starts out is you're gonna do down, down, and then chicks down, up. Then hit that note again, slide up to the 7th fret with your 3rd finger, and then do a down, up, and then release the pressure, and then do 2 more chicks, and then do a down, down again. Okay, so it sounds like this. And then do 2 more chicks after that. Now those 2 more chicks are going to be the start of your next 4 beats. Okay, so it sounds like this. Okay, so then the next time you're going to move down to the 4th fret, but then the rest of it is exactly the same. Then you do the 5th fret again, and then you do it again, but this time you don't do this, you do this, and then back to the 5th fret here. So it's on the 2nd string, 5, 6, 5. Okay, so here's what it sounds like. Okay, now that's going to be the hardest part of the song, but that funky kind of groove is something that's worth working on, and it sounds really good. So just take it slow, and if you have problems with it, and then just gradually pick up the tempo on it. Okay, so from there the verse is going to kick in, and I'm just going to lay out on the verse on the first one, but then when they repeat that verse right there, they go through it a couple times. You're going to do 16th notes on the C, the 5th fret of the 3rd string, back to the B, the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and then back to C, and then C. So it's going to sound like this. And you're going to mute it with this hand. So you're going to, with this palm, you're going to put that palm, just touch the 3rd string or touch the strings right in front of the tailpiece so that it's muted. So it doesn't sound like this, but like this. Okay. And then just play 16th notes. So 1 and 2, 1 Eana, 2 Eana, 3 Eana, 4 Eana, 1 Eana, 2 Eana, 3 Eana, 4 Eana. Okay, so that's all that you have to do there. And then from there you get into the chorus. Now the chorus is just going to be triads over the same chords: C, E minor, A minor, F. So the C is going to be starting on the 3rd string. These are all on the high 3 strings. Okay, so it's going to be starting on the 3rd string, 12, 13, 12. That's going to get you your C chord, and then just play 16th notes. Okay, and you could play whatever you want there. You could go, or some combination. It doesn't matter, just as long as you're playing some type of 16th note rhythm there, you should be fine. And then after that, A minor, which is going to be 12, 12, 12. Okay, then I'm sorry, that was E minor. Then A minor is 14, 13, 12. And then F is going to be 14, 13, 13. So C, E minor, A minor, F. Okay, and you just repeat that throughout the chorus. Then you're back into the intro again. Okay, and then after that, in that intro section there, you don't finish off like this. You stop right there, so it's going to be like this. And there's a cut there, a break. So you don't finish with this. Okay, then you got some leads that happen in there, and these are pretty cool little leads. I'll just run through them with you. Start with the 3rd string at the 7th fret. So you're going to go 7, 9, and on the second string 8, and then back to 9 on the 3rd string. Then the second one, and that's 5, 5 on the 3rd string, and then 3 on the 2nd, back to 4 on the 3rd string. So, and then, so that's 13 on the 2nd string, 12 on the 3rd, 14 on the 3rd, 14 on the 4th. And then back down here. So on the 2nd string, 3, 3, 5, 3, and on the 3rd string, 5, 5. Okay, then. So on the 2nd string, that's 15, 17, then 15 on the 1st string, and then 17 on the 2nd string. Sorry. And then, so that's on the 3rd string, 16, 17, 15 on the 2nd, 16 on the 3rd. Then, and that's 19, 15, 17 on the 1st string, and then 17 on the 2nd. And then, so that's 13, 15 on the 2nd string, 12 on the 1st string, back to 15, 13, 13 on the 2nd string. Okay, then you're back into, I'll just play all the way through so you can hear it. Then you're back into your triads 2 times through the chorus, which is these. Okay, and then you're back into your intro. Okay, after that intro, you're going to have the bridge section, which is you're going to just put a lot of reverb on it, so that it's real heavy, really roomy, really spacey, otherworldly kind of sound, just really breathy. Okay, and you're going to play these chords. You're going to play G, which is going to be starting, all these are on the top 3 strings here. It's going to be 12, 12, 10. Okay, and then A minor, 14, 13, 12. D minor, and D minor really should look like this. D minor 7 should be 10, 10, 8. But you can also play 10, 8, 8 if you want kind of an outside sound. and then G787. Okay, so and then you do it again. The second time, I change that first chord from this because I hear this high note there, so I'll make it 12, 12, 15. And then immediately play the 15th fret of the second string with it. So, and then same thing after that. A minor, D minor 7, G. Okay. Then you're going to play some high licks. Then it sounds like this. Okay, so that's just all that is starting on the first string 15 15, second string 15 15, then on the first string 12 12, second string 13 12 13, and then third string at the 14th fret. The second lick through is much the same. But this time you don't come to the 13th fret, you just roll over to the 12th fret of the third string and then the fourth string. So that sounds like this. Okay, then you play both of those licks through again, and then you end it like this. Okay, try not to, don't bend that. Okay, so it's 12 on the second string, 13 or 12 on the third string, and then 13 on the second string, and then 15, 17. Okay, and then you tacit, just kind of sit out while they sing the chorus again. And the second time through the chorus, you can kind of do that, but do it just on the third string alone, so that you keep it real light. And then I don't do it the fourth time. I don't do this part. Okay, because you're going to come back in big on the chorus again, and it gives a little bit of time to build. Then you're going to go right back to those triads again. And then after the triads, you're going to play the intro out twice. Okay? And that's pretty much going to be it. Hold on one second. So, sorry, I had a kink in my throat. So let me pull this up, and then I'll just play it through, and we'll I'm not going to be able to catch it right on time again, but I'll get there. Like I said, I lay out right there. You can do the 16th notes. Now I come in on it. Darkness will flee. Life is returning. Cold hearts will breathe. Triads. You can't retain. You're not safe. You're dangerous. But you are good. Oh, Lion of Judah. You fight for us. You have won victorious. Hallelujah. Lion of Judah. Back to the intro. Lion of Judah. going across all the strings.
Fight for us, you have won victorious. Hallelujah, Lion of Judah. You can't be tamed, you're not safe, you're dangerous, but you are good, oh, Lion of Judah. You fight for us, you have won victorious. Hallelujah, Lion of
Okay, so there's that song right there. Again, let me cut it off before they start the next song, which they always do. But so yeah, pretty straightforward. And I didn't have to do any compilation or amalgamation or interpretation or any Asians on this one. So that's all the parts, and have fun with it. And especially with that, that funky intro part. That's kind of a cool part. So have fun with that, and I will see you on the next round. Happy picking.